shake and bacon. Hope y'all are doing good. So, I was out here to like 8:30 last night. It was actually kind of funny. Sun went down. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. It's still, a lot of light out here. And then all of a sudden, like 10 minutes later, I'm like, where's my truck? So my phone looked like it was real bright. This thing stinks. Ah, it's like a real one, just squeeze them in the pee. But when I was loading up, there was like frogs everywhere. It was like nothing I'd ever seen. I'm not like talking, I wasn't like biblical or nothing, but it was like crazy how many frogs there were. They're screaming at me. They're angriest sounding frogs I think I've ever heard in my life. That's for darn sure. And got me thinking today. My buddy Gabe, really the B silent, but he gave me this little frog last year, and I have just never used it. And I was like, you know what? That's gonna change today. We're just gonna give it a try. I'm gonna try a few different things. I don't like it because it sinks. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. So I've not really used a lot of frogs in my day. Like I said, this is comfort zones are out of the way. I left a lot of my stuff at the truck that I usually use, but hasn't really been helping me a whole lot lately anyway. The bite's been real tough. Last night was one of my best nights I've had in a couple weeks. So I'm hoping that continues today. The Fork River or Fork Lake fries that I got, ring fries, they are, I'm going to try one of those on the shaky head, one of those on a Texas rig, and we're going to see what happens. What is up? I got to change my glasses if I'm going to talk with y'all. There we go. All right. Hey, what's up, bro? Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. I will hit you back. Let's see if I can do that while we're live. Pin message. I can report you. Remove you. Channel activity. I cannot do it while we're live. I didn't know. I'm still learning this whole thing out, but I will get you. That sucks. This is been like this has been like my favorite place to go. It's a private lake. I thought that was my frog, and it was not my frog. Here's what I learned about this frog. You squeeze it, it pees just like a real frog. Okay, I'm sorry. I know that's my stupid dad humor. But the last few weeks, it's like spring was killer, and then all of a sudden, it just died. There's like no bite at all, and I don't know. It just kind of correlated with the drought. And we're supposed to be getting some rain. It was supposed to be tomorrow, but in perfect drought fashion, it's been moved back a couple days. Well, my wife's actually been letting me come out here this last couple days because said we're gonna have rain for like 10 days. So, but oh, that sucks. I'm really, really fortunate with this place right here. As the crow flies, it's literally a mile and a half from my house, maybe 2 miles. If I'm trying not to exaggerate, but it takes me like 5 minutes to get here, and it's a private lake. No one's supposed to be out here but me. Yeah, that's what I was telling my wife. I got home. she really doesn't care nothing about fishing, but you know, she does like me being happy. So you know, her first thing is, "You catch anything?" And I'm like, "You could have watched my live," but you know, I didn't say that, but I thought it. But she, I told her, I said, "Yeah, it was a real good day." I said, "Honestly, I think the fish know it's about to rain, and I don't know if, like, with the drought conditions, if they're getting less oxygen in the water. I'm not sure how that works." So I know that barometric pressure has a lot to do with fishing and stuff, but anyways, like I said, my buddy Gabe gave me, and that's pronounced with a silent B. I just don't ever do that. That's what we tell him anyway. He gave me this frog a couple of years ago. When I was leaving yesterday, last night, I was here about 8:30, and as I was leaving, they there were frogs everywhere. If you look at my live from last night, at the end of it, it's it's like the angriest sounding frogs I've ever heard in my life. They're all over the place. It wasn't biblical, but it was like proportions. But there was more frogs than I've ever seen, like in one area. It was actually crazy. And so I was sitting there all day going, "I'm gonna try a frog." And this is the only one I think I have. Like the description said, I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone a little bit. I've always used hard baits, glide baits, you know, like crank baits, hard baits for top water. I really have not had luck with the plastic baits. Hey, well, I got everyone in here. Shameless plug real fast, if you don't mind. Check out the releases tab on my channel. Check out my music if you like it. Add it somewhere. I'm on all streaming platforms. My publisher just releases everything here. I'm actually going to release another song in a day or two, Sacrifice and Grace. But they do everything here first, and actually on that page, I can't even do nothing with it. So if y'all would just go check out the music, if you like it, add it. Add me on Spotify, that'd be cool. If you don't like it, that's cool. I mean, it's not for everybody, but I definitely appreciate the support. I'm done with frog for now. I didn't know how well it'd do because it's like 90,000 degrees out here right now. I say that, it's like 90. All right, I'm gonna try. So I gotta look at the pack to give you the actual name, but I've never wacky rigged. Yesterday I tried wacky rigging for the first time. I have done Texas rig before. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna do with this one. See, I can't even get it on there straight. I'm just, plastics are not my thing. Alright, come on now. I'm all tangled up. I ain't got it in the water yet. Alright, there we go. But let me show you what these are. This is the baby bass. No, I don't know what flavor this is. I think it's a shad of some sort. But they are Lake Fort Trophy lures. That's a June bug. I got that set up on a shaky head. We're gonna give that a try here in a little bit. I just got, when I'm doing stuff like this, I gotta be careful because there's a lot of snot grass out here. Let me get turned around. I'm looking right at the sun. Y'all probably are too. Of course, I wore a white shirt, you know, and it's reflecting on my phone, so I can't see nothing. So if I go to my left, there's gonna be a lot of snot grass over there. Over here by the dam, it's a little bit deeper. It's usually about 20 feet, but now it's around 14 because the water's down so low. But I'm gonna try throwing this little ring fry. Oh, there's some fish over here. All right. Let's see. I can't get something on it. Wacky rig. I'll throw it a few, Texas rigged. I'll throw it a few times, and then I'll. Felt like something bumped the boat. I like that. No, I'm kidding. I ain't worried about it. But I keep bumping, I'll catch it. Okay. Okay, so the best fish I've ever caught, it was a hammerhead down in Sarasota, Florida. I used to go fishing down there a lot. the Sunshine Skyway Bridge after it's collapsed. They left the old bridge as a uh, um, fishing pier on the north and south side, and that was like 7.5 feet. So I always say 7 or 8, but um, as far as bass goes, my official personal best was 5 pounds, 0.09 ounces. And I actually caught that over here on the top waters on the Screaming Choppo. But I had caught one fish that was bigger, but I didn't have a scale. So all my buddies are like, even though that we're all looking at it like that's got to be at least 6 pounds. I didn't have a scale, so they're like, it's officially 3 pounds. And I'm like, well, that sucks. All right, so we got some shad jumping over there. Is it the longest pier? I did not know that. We used to always go down to the southern pier, and we would walk all the way to the end. And it killed me because it really wasn't that deep. I mean, it was, but it wasn't as deep as you would think it would be. What I thought it would be when I was younger. It was in my 20s, maybe. No, that's in my late teens. Okay. Yeah, I actually graduated from Clearwater High School, so that was my old stomping grounds there for about 10 years. And I think I found some snodgrass. So, like I said, I wacky rigged for the first time yesterday, and I caught a good bit. Snodgrass. I got a fish, didn't even realize it. All right. That was the lightest bite I may have ever had. Of course, it's one of the smallest fish, too. All right. Well, I ripped that lip all up. I mean, he ain't much bigger. All right, cool. There's one in the boat. See you, bud. And that was on a little shad colored one. All right. Maybe that means good things to come. Heck, yesterday I got a hook in my thumb, and I didn't feel it because I was so excited because I caught a fish. I mean, I literally have not been catching anything lately. Let me see here. So when I was 21, I moved to Alabama, and been here since pretty much. I went up north for a little bit, but it was Ohio. So went up there for a specific reason. Got back as quick as I could. All right. So that fish right there is probably, I don't know, half a pound. I was surprised that there was snodgrass right there, and that's all it felt. It never felt like it hit it. Thank you, my man. Okay. Yeah, it's funny because you can tell the people from Florida, you mentioned Ybor City, and everyone's like, oh yeah, I know where you're from. I'm like, yes, sir. Anyone know how to cure poison oak? Or the best thing for it? All right, so that was cool. See, from anywhere that you can get into this lake from the shore, you're in snodgrass. And so that's why if I was going to be on the bottom like this, that's why I came over here. because I have not experienced any kind of vegetation like that over here by the dam. We got a lot of bait fish around here, so I may even go back to a wacky rig. My buddy caught a bunch of 4 and 5 pounders the other day on a Ned rig. Not here, but he was out at I want to say Smith Lake. I'm gonna try putting some of this garlic on here, just because I like it. And since this is a lighter color, the chartreuse should show up pretty good. But yeah, I stayed out here last night way too late. And it went from, heck yeah, they're still light even though the sun went down, to where'd my truck go? I don't know if you ever use this dip and glow. This stuff's awesome, but don't get it on you because people are gonna know you've been fishing because it's gonna stay on you for a while. Turn to a different location. The sun's killing me. Not even so much a new location, just a new angle. Huh, turkey buzzards are back. I have to go over there and see what's dead over there. There's that wind. So, yeah. Techno. All right. Can I get it at Walmart or do I got to order it somewhere? I don't really care. I'll go either way. My legs are ate up. Crap, I got some of the chartreuse on me. So, I weed eated in shorts and like an idiot. I didn't realize I was in poison oak. Yeah, I do idiot stuff a lot. My wife blames it on my broken X, because they got the XX chromosome, we got the XY chromosome, but if you look at the RY, it actually looks like just part of our X fell off. So my wife's always like, y'all do stupid stuff because of broken X. And I'm like, hey, you're probably not wrong. See, there's actually a couple big fish right here by me. I'm gonna try to get over here on this other side. Over in the deeper area, and as hot as it is, that makes sense. Real Outdoors, what's up? Yes, I do make music. If you look at my releases tab on my channel, that's all my music. My publisher releases it there first. Then I go on then they put me on all the other streaming platforms. So if you want to have me on Spotify, that'd be cool. Definitely need to get added here. But it's not for everybody. If you like it, give it a like. And if you don't, that's cool. I ain't gonna hurt my feelings none. Took me a while to figure out exactly what I want my sound to be, but it's more like a kind of outlaw country. And I appreciate that more than you know. Danny Blaze, hey man, I appreciate that. It is a It's a Catch 100 Pelican. It's 10 foot. And I'll actually, give me a second, I'll take my phone off my little neck thing and give you the tour real quick. But I got one of those bars right here, so I got a place to put my Garmin. I got, my little table for knickknacks, and then I got me a little drink holder there. I keep my battery up front. Ran some wires up there, and that's just kind of displaced my weight a little bit because I'm like 250, and riding kind of low in the water, But I actually put some wood on here to raise my seat up a little bit, so that added a little bit of weight too. But that's where the tour gets better. Hold on a second. So I also got pontoons on there, little outriggers, and I put 2 of each on there because when I turn, it wants to tip, but I got vertigo, so I stand up, I feel better. Then I got my trolling motor back yonder, and it's I like it because when I get in the rivers, I can just float and I don't have to worry about getting back. I know I will. When I first got it all set up and went out, my one of my connections was bad, where I spliced some wiring together, and I ended up rowing all the way back. I thought my battery died because I was out for a while. My battery was just fine. So like I said, a wacky rig for the first, and thanks for that. I appreciate that, y'all. I actually traded a rifle for it, and I hate it because I forgot to get the scope off it. And I'm giving the guy a brand new $300 scope that I bought off a guy from work, and I don't remember what kind it was. He paid $600 for it. Showed me the receipt. He's like, "Give me 3 and you can have it." I'm like, "I give you 3 payments for $100." He said, "I'll take it." I said, "Okie dokie." And I ended up trading that scope and that rifle for this, so I really overpaid for this. And it took me about a year just buying a little something here and there to put it all together, because Mama puts limits on everything. So, but now I get to hang out, and since my son he's just not really getting into fishing, and I ended up trading his kayak to get a John boat because my grandson was like, "Papa, take me out in the boat." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm lucky I think keeps my big butt out of water." So I got us a John boat, and so I can take the grandkids out. So, and I'm really doing the whole YouTube thing because my publisher started putting my music on YouTube, and I'm like, well, might as well do something with it. So a lot of my music is about outdoor stuff, so might as well do some outdoor stuff. And a lot of my music is about my family and my dogs, so I do a lot of shorts about my dogs. We absolutely love our dogs. We got 2 German Shepherds, and this works for me because I like to talk. So there's something down there. It's not fish. It's long. All right, this I gotta do something about this sun. It's wearing me out. We're gonna leave that there, and we can go over here. Yeah, I'm getting all that slime here in a little bit. There's always a lot of fish by those 2 trees over yonder. So that means I'm gonna have to hose down my reels today. See if we can get y'all out of the sun. Yeah, I was really hoping that little frog will work. And it may still work later, but I just ordered some new frogs. I can't wait to get here. They're the Bizbait frogs. They're I got their little what is it? Pad Daddy. I got their bundle for that. All right, seems to be a good bit over here. Yeah, my other two sons, they love it. One of my daughters love it, but my youngest son, he likes hunting, and I'm like, well, that's just because you can still play on your phone, or you can go and take a nap, and I'll be like, hey, wake up, there's a deer, and I do all the work. And he's like, that's not true, and I'm like, whatever. I definitely sing songs about my truck. Uh, just a BBC is actually about my big black Chevy and wanting a big black coffee and trying to get a spot for my big black camper. But I've learned to work. I've learned a lot of mechanic tricks because of my truck. No, I have not seen that. I try to film him. He's more camera shy than the fish out here. Where is that? One just jumped too. That's disrespectful. See, I got one right off the bat, and I shouldn't have let him go. He done went and told everybody what's up. Deer camp. I'll check that out. I got Click Store app. They have all kinds of movies on there. I guarantee they got it. You said it's from '86. Definitely got the older movies. Yeah, I like a good jiggle. Yeah. But yeah, most of the songs on my page are about my wife and my family. I think the first real deep song I did was Blue Collar Daddy, and that was about the day I got the phone call that my daughter was being molested, and that was a pretty accurate song. Uh, Dude was arguing with the police, and he was up in Ohio. I was down here in Bama, and the arresting police officer was like, "Well, if the dad's on his way up here, we can wait till he gets here and we can talk about it." He's like, "Jason's on his way?" He's like, "Hold on a second." He wrote out a full confession. They were like, he was like, "What's the change of heart?" Him and his partner. He said, "If Jason gets here, I'll never see the sun come up." He's still sitting in prison too, so. That was 20 years ago. Uh, Dude literally waived his right to a trial. He accepted life in prison. He's like, I'd rather be in there than deal with me. And I hate that because, obviously I hate it for my daughter. She's a strong girl. It's been 20 years. I told them, as long as she's dealing with it, he better be paying for it. So they had first come back. They said, well, he's gonna get 4 years. It was like 13 counts, and I'm like, just drop all charges. I'll take care of myself. Y'all drop the ball. And that's actually when I got into hunting, because they were like, you should just see what it's like to carry something the size of a man. I'm like, cool, now I know I can do it. And I can get that man down from a lot further away. I'm a lot better shot now, thanks. First day with the bait caster. What kind you get? Yeah, they called me and my daughter. This is his 20-year anniversary. And they said they just want to give her the opportunity to say something. She's like, I ain't got nothing to say to him. And I told her, I said, if you want to go up there, I said, I'll go up there with you. But, whatever you want to do, it's your call. And, because that's what you could do. You just be there for the victims and your family. But they said, we're not letting him out. Because she asked, is there a possibility of him getting out? And they're like, nope. He's just been sitting on his bed for 20 years. She's like, all right, well, he can sit there for another 20. James, what's up, man? So, but she's good. She, her 5-year-old just had, well, he just had his 5th birthday. Her oldest had his birthday Saturday, turned 5. And just a couple months ago, her youngest turned 1. She had a little girl. So, and Ryder's the one that I actually got the John boat for, because, you know, he wants to go out fishing. What's up, man? Shoot. You do all that in under an hour? That's amazing. Man, I've been checking out your videos, man. I love them. Man, that 7.3 bass was bad. That was cool. Can y'all see each other in here by chance? Like I said, I'm learning this whole live thing. I got some lives and I can't see any of the other comments. Man, I'm gonna watch some of the long videos while I'm at work, because I can just put them on my radio and just kind of like that. Yeah, y'all should subscribe to each other, because I mean we're all like-minded folk. Kind of like each other. Kind of check each other out. All right. So I think I caught the one bass who wanted this on a Texas rig. I got some crawls I'm gonna put on a Texas rig. I'm gonna dip their needle pinchers in the glow stuff. Man, I appreciate that. So it's all from the heart. Pretty much every one of them is a story from my life, so, or about my wife, and she gets mad because she gets embarrassed. You know, can't get close enough, and all the ways you like, and honeydew list, and then we go to church, and they're like, "Heard that new song that your husband wrote," and she's like, "I don't want to hear it." All right, well, I see some stuff going on over yonder. Yeah, they kind of digging the whole YouTube thing. Like I said, I've met some pretty good folks. I'm always down with that. With all the frogs that I've been seeing in here, I did want to give this a try. A little buzzbait. See, disrespectful little punk. They're jumping all around me now, so I may just switch over and try that. That little frog ain't doing nothing. Now this ain't doing nothing. Now I got that first one. I guess I'm gonna try the shaky head before I go back with the top water. It says I've done a lot of crankbaits and top water and stuff over here, and it's worked. But like I said, I want to get out of my comfort zone, and I want to try some different things, because I want to get, overall, I want to get better. And I guess that's kind of the goal for all of us, I reckon. So, y'all go on that journey with me. I definitely appreciate it. Where is the shaky? So this is the little bait that I used yesterday, and I used wacky rig for the first time, and they had and I got like 3 of them on one bait. It saves memory on my phone, or space, and I really do like interacting with people. But at the same time, I really do like being out here alone. So it's yeah, it's kind of one of those things. But I enjoy it. My son and I, my middle son, we used to do a lot of metal detecting and magnet fishing, and he wanted to do stuff on YouTube, and it was kind of cool because we're getting paid. You know, it's like every time we got like $100, they just automatically deposit into my checking account, and I was like, cool. Of course, I was doing a lot of barbecue too, and then they changed the rules to where you had to have 1,000 subscribers, get 4,000 hours of view time to get your money, and that was cool. But I was being kind of petty because I didn't have much money at the time, still don't, but nothing like it was. I think I found snodgrass. Yep, definitely found the snodgrass this time. Um, then I was at like $90 when they changed the rules, and they didn't give me my $90, so I was mad. I was kind of petty about it, so I just quit messing around with Facebook or YouTube completely until, like I said, I started doing the music stuff, and then I was like, well, I better do something. So where the fish at? So that's why I started going live. Uh, Plus, hopefully, they'll let people know about my music because I really want people to hear it, if they like it or not. You think we would, right? I totally missed that one. My bad. They found some cool stuff. I was always hoping we'd find like a gun or something that we could turn into the police, but we never did. Um, Found a couple bikes, found a couple knives, some fishing stuff. The cool thing about that was a lady contacted me from California through I had a group on Facebook that I created called just Magnet Fishing, and I think I had about 3 or 4 thousand people. I ended up letting it go. I gave it to a couple of my friends, let them just take it over, and and Klutz Fishing. Well, thank you very much. Pretty sure he loves you too, my man. Uh, I know he does, but she contacted me about doing a show on magnet fishing, and I was stoked. Really, see right there. Um, I was so excited about that, and then she ended up quitting her job and had to leave the project there. Yeah, magnet fishing's cool. It's look, I was talking with a man earlier about it. It's like magnet fishing, dirt fishing, metal detecting, fishing for fish. I love it all because I mean every time you go down in, every time you bring something up, you don't know what you're getting, and that's like awesome. Uh, my buddy, he has a YouTube channel called History Seekers, and I was actually supposed to be part of that, but I work a stupid amount, not as much as I used to, for a while there. Wow, there was a time there I was working like upper 90 hours a week, like every week. I was getting like 3 4 hours sleep a night, turn around going right back to work, and so I wasn't able to uh, do that with him. And now he makes all kinds of money with it, and he's having a get together for a 1 million subscriber get together in June, and a lot of the big companies are going to be there. So I was like, I'm requesting my time off so I can get out there with him on that. No kidding. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to come stay some weekend. I don't know. I mean, that's just a thing to do, right? I mean, I'm kidding. We our group, we did have some the Porch Indians, the Creek Indians. I'm sorry. No, it was the Porch Indians. Our club that we had, one of our guys, Ray Camp, he actually found a a dead Indian. He had something come up and it was copper, and started going. He's like, "Oh, there's a stick in there," and he started pulling on it and realized, oh, that's the bone to an arm. And we ended up getting invited, and we were like, our group was like friends of them. They're like gave us permission for all kinds of stuff. Did like a re-enterment ceremony, moved the body. It was really cool. And it was like that's what you live for in those situations. Oh yeah, the scheduling at work can really mess you up. Okay, so there's a big old fish. Eat my little worm. Uh, oh yeah, that sucks. Wow, no kidding. Yeah, and walking in this heat to go fishing, that's no bueno. That's the truth. I took a hook to the thumb the other day when I got one on my little Ellis lure, and I didn't even feel it when it got me. Ornery little fish. So I know, like I said, I am not staying out here as late as I did last night. I don't know how well the shaky head thing's gonna do. Like I said, I did a shaky head yesterday for the first time. I got one bite. My buddy, he does tournaments and he uses shaky heads all the time. Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out all that right now. And this is why parents shouldn't let their kids be on the computers unattended. What are you doing, man? Dallas, what were you doing, man? Were you just leaning on the keyboard or something? Well, you know what, Dallas? That's the worst thing we got to deal with today. I guess we're okay. Welcome to my lake. Well, not my lake. It's I'm just got permission to fish here. Dallas, I'll tell you like I tell everyone else. Check out my music under my releases tab. If you don't like it, cool. If you do, add me to something somewhere. See, now they're getting on my nerve. All right. Let's try that stupid little frog again. Probably. There are no more vowels. Yeah, I believe that was my wife out driving around. Nope, that was my son. He just got off work and he just got back home. So that's cool. Yeah, I got that when my kids started driving. I'm like, I don't care. I said, I'm not gonna follow you around. I'll give you that respect, but if there's anything you break down, if you get lost, I want to know where you're at, and all you gotta do is call me, and I can get to you. And of course, my daughter's a big iPhone user. I've never been an iPhone user. I did for like a year, and I just didn't like it. But she was like, I can just drop you a pin, and I'm like, no, I want this. And it actually turned out a few times that we needed it, and it was really cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm picky about who can see it. I mean, it's just family, and it's really not even all my family. Not like I care, but I mean, for me, I'm either fishing or working or doing something with the family anyway. So, you know, one thing about working a bunch and having a bunch of grandkids, yeah, I don't really get a whole lot of alone time. But my wife's been really nice to let me go fishing here lately. I'm about to go back to the Texas rig, see if that works again. I'm in Alabama. I'm in central Alabama. I say central. I'm let's see, northeast of Birmingham. About about 30 minutes northeast of Birmingham. I work in Birmingham. It takes me 30 minutes to get to work every day. So I really didn't have to guess on that one. Yeah, I moved here. One story after another, but I moved, like I said, but they're all in my song. So I moved here when I was 18. Well, no, I met my dad when I was 18. I moved here when I was 21. And of course, he turned around. We swapped places. I was living in Tampa, and he moved down to Sarasota after I moved here. And I'm like, that was kind of a asinine move. But yeah, I'm going back to that frog for a little bit. But he and I can't really imagine living anywhere else. I've lived all over the country, and everywhere I lived, I swear they made fun of Alabama. And I've just told people over the years that get mad about it. I said, look, Alabama's probably one of the best kept secrets in America. It's amazing here, and it's growing fast because people are starting to realize how awesome it is. A lot of companies are coming here, putting a lot of money into the state, and it's growing really fast. I hate it. Everyone does, except for, I mean, it's cool, but a lot of people really like the uh, just the laid back part of it. And it really is, for the most part, laid back. Like, I live in a small town, and I mean, literally everyone knows each other. Well, most of the people in Florida are from up north. That's a everyone. They I mean, shoot, I can't say that. I'm from Michigan and we moved down there, but it's funny. I met like two guys down there. A guy by the name of Ryan and a guy Jeff Hopper. We were um, we were all just really good friends, and like for a couple of years, and we were just starting to talk. And one of us, I think it was Ryan, said something about being from Grand Rapids. I'm like, no kidding. I said, I'm from Saginaw, Michigan. And my other buddy's like, I'm from Saginaw too. And we're like, wait, we're all from Michigan? We didn't even know it. Josh, what's up? Yeah, they do. They catch a lot. No, I do not net fish. And hi, by the way, America's Most Wanted. No, America's Most Wanted is swimming in here somewhere right now. Florida does. We went on so I was in a boys camp when I was, how old was I? 15. And we went on supposed to be a 21-day Swanee River trip. Turned out being a 19-day Swanee River trip. And we stopped at this one little place. And downtown was a Dairy Queen and just a little general store. And they had a sign up for the high school and it said, congratulations to the graduating class. And they had both the people that graduated that year on there. And I was like, I did not realize they had towns like this here. And they do. They got them everywhere. So you are absolutely right. Oh, I didn't realize that Creepers was Jeepers Creepers was filmed there. Yeah, I saw those pigs. Like I said, I got some smokers. I can smoke some pigs. Yeah, I love, and I love the backwoods. Like, we were in the boys' camp I was in Brooksville, and that was just all woods and pine trees, and we did country stuff out there. I think it was like a 900-acre tree farm at Ecker Camp, the boys' camp I was in, and it was awesome. I loved it out there. Except for when snakes got our tent. Didn't really care for that too much because, still weren't really allowed to go anywhere or mess with them or nothing. So, kind of cast it behind me. It sucks because if I do get some, y'all ain't going to see it. So, I don't know if y'all have used biz baits at all. I've started using them lately and I really like them. And they got their Pad Daddy frogs that just came out. And, I got one in the tree. They, I really can't wait for those to get in. I ordered their bundle, so I got all of them. And some of their hooks that go with they suggest with them, but they look really cool. They're weedless, and they sound like they got a plopper action, but they're more like the toad action, and like I said, last night I was like amazed at all the frogs they had out here. All right, cool. That was a proper cast, but I'm like, the frog has got to hit. And again, I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone with the baits I'm using. So forgive me on that side. I don't even know how to use a frog. There's a bunch of fish down there, right there. This frog sinks. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, that'd be cool to see a cattle drive. Like we have parades here, and they in downtown, like, and they bring they have longhorn steers from a ranch around the corner, like just down the road from me, that they walk through there, and I think that's always been really cool. Let's see here. All right, so they're pretty accurate. It just helps if you know how to read them. First, you must think like a frog. Ribbit. I don't want to get ate, so you know. So something just jumped right over there. Right, I mean, right up against the shore. Look, I've been sitting here so long, the buzzards are back out again. So over here is like one of the parts of the lake that get shade first. I mean, not where I'm at, but over there. So I'm hoping these will get pretty good. I'm about to try this buzz bait. I have never caught anything on a buzz bait. Have y'all caught anything on a buzz bait? Oh yeah. How do y'all feel about? It's something I do like about this frog. It's like the regular. It's like a real frog. You squeeze it and it pees. But how do y'all feel about sonar? I mean, personally, I don't really care either way. It doesn't affect me at all. But I can't afford to get it anyway. I looked at one. I was like, I'm gonna put that on my kayak because I'm an idiot, and I just want a divorce. And I'm kidding. I don't want a divorce. Spending too much money is not a biblical reason for divorce, so I don't have to worry about my wife divorcing me for that. But I'm sure that can lead to a biblical reason. So, wow, that thing's not even up on the surface with that frog on it. Wait a minute, is it coming to the surface? There it is. I mean, the good thing is it's one of those dinner bell ones. It's got really, it's got that little triangle on it, so no matter what, it's making noise. So if it's on top or bottom. There we go. I just gotta hold my pole up. Well, that's loud. But that frog ain't doing nothing. No, it's got snodgrass on it. Oh no, it doesn't. Got its leg caught. And I'm in the sun, you can't see nothing. We're moving. I may just try that frog without the buzzbait. Just do it. Give it a try and see if just weightless. Probably put it on one of my other poles, but oh, that's nice. That's lovely. All right, so I missed a couple here. Come on. Oh yeah, so the electronics aren't going to help you a whole lot, are they? Something just jumped somewhere. I'm gonna have to get out further. It's gonna take it that long to get it back to the top. Yeah, that's cool. I love watching the bass breach, like a real, like full breach. I had one do that to me the other day, and I hate it because my depth finder was in the way, so you really could. All you saw was like a huge splash. And yeah, I don't know if that's working right. Yeah, I'm not digging that. Ooh, that braided line screaming, isn't it? Yeah, man, it takes that thing 10 yards to get back up top. It does good once it gets up there. Well, it's upside down. I guess it's supposed to be. Um, oh, wow, that'd be cool to see. The Spartacus 2, actually, I have 3 of these rods. I absolutely love them. I got it just for my glide baits and my topwater baits. Those are 2 reasons why I got it. But I ended up getting a 3rd one on top of that, and just for whatever. And I love it. You know, when I was trying to do TikTok a little bit, I did the whole, was it the showcase thing? And got one in there. It's always got free shipping and it's discounted, but I got friends at Kayak who give me discounts. So, but yeah, I got yeah, I'm gonna probably take that frog off of here and just use it. So also I'm using the iReel, the iReel one. I want to use that crawl. I have not used a crawdaddy by itself. Get back over here. But yeah, when I first tried doing a bait caster, I had a lose a what was the other one that was given to me? Ave Garcia. I couldn't get those things to work for nothing. And I saw something about a Sharky 3 Cast King rod reel. And I was like, well, let me give that a try. So I did. And the first cast, it was a good cast. I'm like, oh, snap, look at that. And I just never looked back. And I just gave away all my rods or all my reels and just went straight with Cast King. And I absolutely love them now. The MG TI and the LTI are amazing. Yeah, I enjoy the bait casters. Really, this thing was really on there. Started off really good, sir. Yeah, see, when you're doing charters, you got to get something that you're comfortable with, something you can rely on. Definitely something that you have confidence in. Really, we're about to give a crawl. I'm gonna put it on a shaky head and see how it does. Just learning how to do the shaky head. Well, no, I'm not gonna do it on a shaky head either. I'm gonna do it on Texas rig. I don't know how the crawfishing is. I'm doing so basically what I'm doing today, and it was yesterday, and it's my journey I'm on right now. I don't know what else to call it. Forgive me for being kind of goofy. I'm trying to do things that I'm not comfortable. I'm trying to get outside of my comfort zone to learn new stuff, new techniques. and guys come in here talking with me and giving me ideas, and I really appreciate it. And plus, I just really enjoy talking with folk. But yeah, I've not used a whole lot of soft plastics. I'm not real comfortable with them. Trying to be. Mr. Grumpy, how are you doing today? Get in there. Yeah, I guess I'd bite this thing. I'm gonna put some of the dip and glow. Because I need every advantage I can get. Yeah. I was about to say, don't let it drip on you, but what does it do? Dripped on me. All over my leg, all over my shoe. All right, I'm gonna get a drink real quick. So one of the reasons I can't stand the trespassing people in here, I don't know if y'all can see that little stick sticking out of the water right about there. It's actually not a stick. It's a metal object that some of the fancy people in the $400,000 homes over here threw over here. I was surprised yesterday. I didn't see any deer out here yesterday. As hot as it's been, I figured deer would be out here like nonstop. The shade's being more forgiving now. Let's get moved around to a different spot. Doop, 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 doop. There's a hawk feather. Yeah. So again, there's a lot of snot grass in this lake. Again, part of the reason why I don't fish down low. I do have a minnow I want to try with a jig head, and I have one with a jig head that has like a lip on it that makes it rock, I guess. And that one is actually the rabbit baits. They got the rabbit hair. Those are rabbit baits, but they got actual rabbit hair on the baits. I don't know if y'all have seen those. I have not caught any. I actually bought some minnows and some crawfish ones, but the crawfish, instead of little rubber pinchers, they had the fur on the pinchers. And so as soon as it went in the water, they opened up and they just got real flary. And no, Josh, it's after that once, like I shouldn't have let it go. It went and told everyone what was up. But that's one of the ones, one of the minnow I want to try. Yeah, they ended up sending me the minnow and charging me for it, but they ran out of the crawls, and I'm like, well, that's the one I wanted. I'm seeing a little bit of top water. I gotta see what I got. I may have to move over to like a spinner bait or something. I got a new spinner bait that I haven't caught anything on yet. I got rid of the big one I tried yesterday. Had a big old Colorado, it was a black and blue one. Had a black Colorado blade on it, big old thumper. I swear everything was like a silver dollar. I left that at the truck too. No, but we definitely, yeah, I haven't caught one, but we've definitely done a lot of talking, a lot of fellowshipping. I really want to get to the shallow part of the lake, but we're gonna have to use something other. That's probably where I use the minnow at. Again, just in case you haven't heard me, and some of y'all probably heard me like 20 times already. If you don't mind, check out my music under my releases tab. If you like it, add me on Spotify or something. Definitely add me here, but if you don't like it, that's cool. It won't hurt my feelings. You know, ain't everything for everybody. So, but I figured to like-minded people, it's all blue collar stuff, indoor or like outdoor activity stuff, just relatable stuff. All right, so what's going on here? So we got some fish to my right. Of course we do, because I'm over on the left. All right, so we got a fish at 10 foot. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about my depth finder, and don't get me wrong, I love it. It does its job. It does exactly what they said it would do. But so like I see fish, there's like a cone that goes straight down. All right, so there's fish there right now, but I don't know where they're going. So by the time I can get my bait in and get it to them, they're not there anymore. And some people still know how to read them, even though they got that going on. I'm not one of them people yet. No. Well, it wouldn't be a real fishing show without someone doing a boneheaded cast, right? Of course, that someone's going to have to be me for lack of options. Man, I appreciate that. I think that's my latest one, actually. Love getting out on the bikes and just racing. And my wife gets mad at me because I'm like, she's like, do you even know how to drive slow? And I'm like, no, I can't stand it. I get claustrophobic. I got to stay in front of people. My buddies are like, ooh, it's an ambulance. Let it go, man. I'm like, I'm just saying, I don't want to get past. They get in front of me and then they, thought something hit that. They slow me down. I get claustrophobic because I can't get away, and I just don't like it. Caden, what's up? Welcome to the lake. I guess that's gonna be my new thing. Yeah, check out Kings of the Valley. That's like a 5-second clip on the video. Well, actually, under my releases, I actually put a little video, but under my actual videos. But under releases, that one was actually one I was just playing around with, and I really was like, all right, that's kind of fire. We're gonna keep that one. Caden, how are you tonight? 6:30, so I got about an hour. I'm not staying out here until it gets dark tonight. Got to be to work at 4 again tomorrow too, so there's that. All right, so my options are I'm gonna go with spinner bait. I'm gonna go back with a wacky rig. Wacky rig would be with the baby June bug. Oh, there's a frog. I hear it. I'm telling you, they got the angriest frogs here. Oh, I heard that. Definitely heard that. My wife's like, I was looking at getting trucks. I said, hey, look. I said, here's my budget. And I said, look, there's a Porsche. That's my budget, which I didn't think it would be because it was only like 20,000. I say only, but it took me forever to save that up. But I was like, I can get a Porsche. She's like, we can't afford a Porsche. I said, no, it's the same budget that I'm looking at for the truck. And she goes, no, we can't afford the ticket you're gonna get in a Porsche. So I'm like, all right, that's legit. I can't. I don't have an argument for that. I know kayaks are so awesome. I'm telling you, they're the best. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try a spinner bait for a little bit. Doop, 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 doop. I'm telling you, this one really, it's got more on it than it needs. Took me a while to put it together, but it's my baby. I'm telling you, kayaks are awesome. I like that I can just drop in and put it anywhere I want. It's just my John boat's 14 foot with the beaver tail pods on the back. That's right above my bait. And I can put that in my back of my bed too. Look, rednecks can get anything in the bed of a truck. I'm telling you, you got enough straps and stuff, bungee cord, you're good to go. Stupid mosquito land. Come on. That mosquito is just flying by. It's like checking everything out. It's not stopping. Kind of getting on my nerve. I'm gonna bring this in, and if it don't get nothing by the time it gets up here, I'm gonna switch over to something. I don't know what. I don't even know what that is. This is what kills me with these. I doubt that's bait fish. But a smaller ball, I'd say, okay, well, that's bait fish. And every now and then I'll see that. I was in the same boat. No pun intended. And it was like, it's like, this sucks. I want to get out there and just do something. And finally, like I said, I ended up trading for this kayak and another one. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, so there's the minnow. This little thing is actually really cool. It's a walking bait, like a crawler. But it's pretty cool. I got the mid rig. That's a 6 cent. Something's in the tree over there. I was like, that sounded weird. This is from Ellis Lure's little swim jig, and I put a what is that, caffeine shad on it. Put it in the chartreuse dipping glow, and that actually did pretty good. Here's one of the minnows I wanted to try. It's got a Aussie 6 cent Oz on it. What we got down here? That's what we're going with. Now, which one do I want to put it on? I'll put it on this one because it doesn't matter. That's got a speed clip. I say that. I was using these little speed clips the other day. Darn thing broke on me. And it was as I was casting. I wasn't casting. I was pulling back to cast, and then I casted, and my bait wasn't there. Just my jig wasn't there. It broke off. I'm gonna leave that stupid little crawfish just kind of hanging out there and see what happens. Alright. Alright, buddy, you ready to catch some fish? Because we ready to see some more fish. Alright, sorry, y'all. Put my big old hairy paw in front of y'all. About to go over by that tree and throw this. There's always fish over there. Well, just had fish go by me, so I can't say they're not here. I want some of the big ones to hit, because there are some big fish in here. And I mean, I'm happy for every bite that I get. Do not get me wrong. Very thankful for being out here. But there's some huge fish in here, and I would like for one of them to throw down. Hey, who was it that was asking about the Spartacus 2 rod that I was using, or that I am using now? If you go to Fishing Frenzy Live on Facebook, Nikki has a live show that she does for casting, new products and all that, but she has a it's a 10% discount code that you can use. And I believe it's under Cast King. If you follow the Cast King thing, it'll be on there every now and again. But part of it is you got to be subscribed to Cast King. You got to be a member of the Fishing Frenzy Live group on Facebook. And you got to give her a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You give her a thumbs down and still win something. She's really dope. I really like her. She is an ex-cop. She's now she just fishes full time. Poor girl. Such a horrible life. Yeah, definitely. That's what it's all about. Hooking each other up when you can. Well, yeah, it's kind of cool when you run across people that are, close by that you can hook up with too. I like it when that happens. Actually, it happened on TikTok. There's a lake 8 miles from me. It's probably the heaviest fish lake I've ever been in my life. But I ended up meeting like 6 guys who all do like TikTok lives from there. That's actually why I started doing TikTok lives, because of them. But I thought that was hilarious. It's kind of neat just to see all these people right here that you could meet up with and go fish with. Just meet someone online. It's like, all right, cool. I may go with a chatterbait. I haven't used a chatterbait out here in a minute. No, I don't think so. Not here. I didn't know if they were like TikTok, where TikTok is like, oh, don't even mention it or we're gonna ban you if you mention any other platform. I'm like, come on, y'all. If you got confidence in your stuff, just chill. See, there's fish all around me right now. But you know where they're not? I'm a pull. Gotta fix that. I got my kayak just going in reverse right now, but my trolling motor's kind of going all over the place. So okay, cool. Appreciate that. Yeah, they got on to me the other day. TikTok did, because they're like, well, if you want to keep your ability to go live, you need to go live for 10 minutes today. And I'm like, all right. So I was at work. I just went live and set my phone down on my desk, or on my work table. Not my desk, but I don't have a desk anymore. Thank goodness. And I have not even messed with the other side of the lake today, so I'm hoping when I go over there, there'll be plenty of fish ready to go. Yeah, so and I was like, the guys were like, you really don't even care? And I said, no, not really. I said, I've just been doing my Facebook or YouTube stuff. I've been enjoying that. Like I said, I've actually met quite a few people, like the gentleman in the chat right now. And I've been enjoying looking at y'all's pages. I'm all about, if I get a notification that someone subbed to me, I will sub back to them, because, it's just, I feel like it's what you should do. And so that's why I tell everyone, if you sub, just go ahead and like comment on like one of my shorts or something, so I'll get the notification. If you comment on one of my songs, I don't even get the notification for that, which is really weird. I'm gonna go to a Chapo. I did keep one Chapo in the boat. That sun goes down a little bit more. More Chapoing. I also had a buddy tell me that I need to catch a couple bluegill. Just put a couple of them on like a 4-aught hook, throw them out here. And it makes sense what he said. I mean, he said, this is basically a big pond. And he said that's all they ever see. He said, especially if no one else is allowed to fish. Now, other people do sneak out here and fish. I'm glad I have. Wow. Oh wait, some of that's a tree I'm on top of. So it's gonna look cool though for a second. But because some of that's fish too. So I forgot what I was gonna say. But he said they really shouldn't. They don't see anything but bluegill, so that's what they'll eat. Because he asked me what kind of fish I'm seeing out here, and I'm seeing, bluegill. Not in the tarnation. Oh, piece of grass. Itty bitty little pieces of grass floating around out here. I don't know where it's from. Alright, so I'm gonna go over there in the shadow part of the lake. I'll throw the spinnerbait a few times, but then I'm gonna probably switch over to the Chapo. I think I saved the black one because they used to hit the white ones all the time, and then I used the black one. They started hitting that. Now they won't go back to the black or the white ones. And I'm like, come on, what's up with y'all? Yeah, see, I'm like that too. I can watch fishing lives because it's that whole. You're gonna get something every time you cast out. It's like something could happen. You just don't know. It's like a whole treasure hunting thing. Yeah, I see some fish jumping over there. So over here where we're going right now is a shallow part of the lake, and they're usually pretty good about the top water over here. Kills me. Cloud cover all day until my big bald butt comes out here, and then the sun comes out. No more clouds. I'm like, really? Yes, 30 and 40 pound. I use 40 pound also. Uh, and 20 pound, if you get a bird's nest, in my opinion, it snaps too easy, which I think is aggravating. 20 pounds shouldn't just snap. Like actually, I need to bring one of my magnets out here because I have the Berkeley chop block come out first cast. Chop block, first time using it, new reel. I did not realize the braking system was different on that cast, on that bait caster, and it was the one you had to actually open it up and change the brakes manually. And I've never used one of those, and so I went to cast. I didn't realize all the brakes were off, so it was it probably flew out about 10 feet backlash, and my chop block just went flying. And I was like, kidding. I was so mad. I just went home. I was like, it's gonna be one of those days. I ain't dealing with it. Hey, another song out there y'all might like is Real Therapy. R-E-E-L Therapy. One of my fishing songs. I looked away for a second. I'm hoping since we're getting a little bit more moisture in the air, I mean, I know it sounds goofy because they're in the water, but as soon as the drought started, it's like the bite just went away completely. And then yesterday was, like I said, the best day I had out here in 2 or 3 weeks. So one thing I usually do with the bait spinners, spin baits, is I'll use a couple of O-rings. I got a box of O-rings I'll use, and I'll put one over the edge of it, and then I'll put another one through it to keep that one on. Or the one that goes over the edge will keep the one I put through it from sliding anywhere. One thing I don't like about this reel is I have a tendency of reeling in too fast. This one's got I think it's like a 1 in 9 or something like that. What is that? I don't know, I can't read it. But so I get, like I said, I get ADHD-ish. I start reeling it in too fast. So the MG and the AL TI reels, they're lower, so they go a little bit slower, which really helps me out, slows me down. Huh. Yep. Found it. So the buzzbait right here does pretty good. First cast, I got a video of it. First cast, I even made a comment about the only spinner baits that I caught anything on raw. Spinner baits from Bizbait. You know what? I'm gonna throw a chatterbait for a minute. And my first cast was a I caught a fish on it. Said I have not thrown a chatterbait in a minute over here, but I have definitely caught fish on it. On one. It's always been a white one too, so I may have to get a black one of those too now. I don't know. I got some of the 6 cents jigsaws. They're chatterbaits. Haven't caught nothing on them yet, but they seem to work real good. It's 7 o'clock. Well, today's just the opposite of yesterday. Yesterday I came in, it was slow going, it took me about an hour and a half, and then I just started catching them left and right. And then today, come in, catch one right off the bat, and that was it. Slow it down a little bit, let it get a little deeper. Pretty much gonna reel as slow as I can to be able to keep it still chattering. But I'll be riding up in the column. Yeah, I can actually turn it off, but if it doesn't beep, I'll never look at it. There's some fish down there right now. Those are right below me right now, and I'm not to them yet. And they're all the way down at the bottom. Pretty cool the other night. I think it was last night actually. Hawk came down right by the water and caught something. I don't know what it caught. I wanted to go see it, but before I get all my stuff and get over there, it flew off into the woods. Like under all the branches. That's kind of cool watching that. Yeah, when I first came out, I caught one on a Texas rig, and I actually thought I got into some of the snot grass. And I was like, "Well, crap!" Found it, and pulled it up, and it was just a little fish. It's probably 9 inches. It wasn't but a few inches bigger than the bait I was using. It was a 5-inch bait, and I was like, "Cool, this is a good sign." And then after that, I just got to run my mouth all evening, which I'm cool with that too. And I'm still out here floating around on the water, so In the grand scheme of things, is it really that bad? But yeah, it definitely got my hopes up. Where's my make a little bit of a wake real quick. Yeah, I'm about to go to the Chapo or something. Oh, it's extremely peaceful. It's my favorite thing about out here. It's like I said, there's not supposed to be anybody else, and so the owners ask me to run people off if they come out here. They trust me. Every time I leave, I take a handful of trash from the people that live in the neighborhoods by here, and they bring out their trash and leave it. And they know I'm not going to do that. They know I'm not. I'll take care of the property while I'm out here. Make sure they know that if they do anything out here, any kind of work, call me. I'll come help them. So they let me come out here pretty much as I want. And the weather said we were going to have like thunderstorms for like the next 10 days. So I'm like, woohoo! Because you can see how low the water is. It's usually up to the tree line. Where was that at? I heard it. And so I was pretty excited and asked my wife if she minded if I came out and fished for last night and tonight. But now the weather changed and we're not going to get rain now until maybe Thursday. I'm like, crap. I know she ain't going to be coming out tomorrow. Yeah, it's a private lake, and I mean it's maybe a 4-5 acre lake at the most. But it's cool because it's actually like right in the middle of town, and I've wanted to fish here like since I moved here 15 years ago, but I wouldn't come out here because oh, don't you get on that? Okay, cool. Um, huh, there's a little bluegill following my chatterbait. That's funny. I'm just messing with him, but I wouldn't come out here, and I actually just met the the guy who his family owns it, and he's actually the property manager. He manages the property, him and his brother. And I was helping him out, and he tried paying me, and I'm like, you don't owe me nothing. Help each other out for free. And they, I said, if you know any place I can take my son fishing that's not overfished, just throw me a bone, let me know. And he's like, he asked me if I knew where this lake was. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, well, we get you permission. I'm property management, blah, blah, blah. And went from there, and it was really cool. And it's like, cool. But yeah, it's my wife and I, we've discussed it to where we both have veto power on anything that goes on in the house. But we try to do whatever we do whatever we want, or more or less. But we always check with each other first. I'd hate for her to make plans, and she's waiting for me to get home, and next thing you know, I'm out here floating in the middle of the lake because I'm not leaving if I'm already out here. Understandably so. I sent her last week. I sent her a text. The guys at work were laughing about it. I said, "Hey, I don't know if you have any plans or not. Do you mind if I go down to the lake for a little while, do some fishing?" She's like, "You do realize we're under a tornado watch?" So I'm like, "Yeah, that's not a no." She never answered back, so I just came fishing. So it is a real good dynamic. Works really good. We will be we're gonna be married 20 years this year, and we've had a few disagreements, but I don't think we've ever had a fight. Just there's no need for one. I appreciate that. After my last marriage, I've only been married one other time, and I swore I'd never get married again. But then I met her, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not letting her go. But all right, one more cast. I'm going to top water. But yeah, she's pretty great. we try to happy each other. She worries about my happiness, I worry about hers. They're normal. I mean, they really are, and it's just part of communication. But like I told her when we first met, she was talking with me about stuff, and I was like, well, there's another one. I'm casting over there too, real quick. But she said, I don't really like fighting. And I'm like, well, I don't either. And I'm a firm believer in the fact that two intelligent adults should be able to work out just about any problem without screaming and yelling within reason. Yeah, if someone cheats on the other one or something, yeah, by all means, scream and yell. They have it coming. But as long as you're staying within the dynamics of a relationship and you're not like losing the house because you're out gambling, something that puts that family in jeopardy, I really should be able to do it without arguing and screaming and yelling. But arguing, like I said, it's not horrible, but straight up fighting really shouldn't. I don't know if you're giving relationship advice, like I know what I'm talking about. I know I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to put a top water on, and we're going to see what's up. I'm going to go all the way to the back of that little shallow area. But like I said, most of my songs are about her. Embarrass the crap out of her when we go to church. Some of the ladies give her a hard time because they know it embarrasses her. You know how old ladies are. Do, 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 do. I don't even know what I got in my backpack up there. I'm just using my little tackle box. Alright, Black Chopo. Yeah, that's smart. I'll give you one little tidbit of advice, one that I never realized was actually a good idea until I've got to start cranking that bail when I'm changing out my baits. So when I met her, I started going to church. I never really went to church before. I want to say I was never introduced to it, but I was never taught if it was important or not. We just kind of went a couple times a year, if that, and started going with her and stuff. Well, at the churches they have every now and then they have like marriage seminars, or and I always like going to those, and I learned a lot about being married. And I think anybody should go to those if they get an opportunity. If they're married, if they're single, if they're dating somebody, if they're just want to be by themselves anyway. I think it's very educational. What you can learn about treating people and getting along with people and that type of situation. There's stuff I learned in there that even helps me at work. It's like pretty awesome. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know why that's sinking. Well, that's awesome to hear that, man. Like I said, I never went to church. Tell my wife, she didn't, when we were dating, she didn't tell me I had to go, which probably wouldn't have worked out well anyway. But she just said, just give me an open invite, you can go whenever, and she never asked again. She made sure I knew it was an open invite and I was welcome to go. And she said, I will tell you, I've never taken anybody home before, so you'll be at that point, I was like, oh well, that kind of means something. That I was gonna be the first person she was gonna take around her family, and so that was kind of cool. But since then, I did get to, after I got baptized, I got to baptize 3 of my children. 3 of my children don't believe in God at all, and so I'm not holding out, or I am not letting go of hope. How's that? But definitely having a woman who was raised in the church and did stuff the right way according to church is really a difference maker. Yeah, okay. One of my songs, "Worse Than a Memory," is actually about my ex-wife. I mean, she should be flattered I wrote her a song. I'm just throwing that out there, you know. Yeah, we actually when I met her family, disrespect. When I met her family was the first time I was ever around people who were Christians on Monday as well. That was totally new concept to me. I knew a lot of people who went to church, and they did everything I did, and I saw no point in me going to church and doing tithing and all that stuff if we're all doing the same stuff anyway. And but her family is the first people I ever met, and I'm not judging anyone. I'm just saying it's hard to walk the walk. I don't get all preachy with people because I know how I live and how I act is not a good example for the church and for the people I go to church with. Not just for the church and stuff, but just for the people I go with. I don't want to let them down because you know it is a community. So, but I still like talking about that. Kind of keeps me in check. And by far, not perfect person at all. I actually quit my last job because I was having such a hard time. I got a song called "Can't Turn Back Without." I can't walk back without turning away. And part of the reason I quit my last job was because anger had gotten a hold of me so bad that I was having issues every single day. Got to where I hated going into work every day. I've never hated my job in my life. And I had just acted so horrible myself. It's hard for me to change the way I was being when I was still seeing the same people every day. And I didn't feel like I could be the man I needed to be for my family. So after 12 years, I quit. I went to a little, much smaller company. But I really like it. I'm really happy there. I don't work Sundays anymore. They don't want us to. Oh yes, sir, 100%. Um, Me and my children have gotten better relationships going. Obviously, my wife's real happy. She was not happy one Sunday because before I had a gate key. I was like, I'm gonna drag my kayak out there and I'm gonna go fishing for a little bit, and then I'm gonna come home and we're gonna go to church. She's like, okay. Then I called her and I said, I'm tired. I'm not dragging my kayak back out of here. I'm just gonna watch church from here. She was very mad. But I have a gate key now, so I just drive my truck back here. Wow, there are no fish back here. There's always fish back here. That's why I saved it. Well, my family's worth it to me. And without them, I am nothing. So I gotta be all I can for them. Now, the only thing I hate about bringing my kayak back here is there are a couple big old rocks over here. And I mean, like I'm in 3 feet of water right now. I really don't want to beat up my propeller, but the other cool thing is this is one of the spots that deer will come out. And I always like it when I see that. They probably won't with me out here or over here, but there's the boulders. I'm going to try to cast by them. I'm going to turn around. Yeah, I'm in 2.7 feet of water now. 2.5, 2.4, 3. So right in front of me are a couple boulders. And some big fish will get over here because they'll get in that whole ambush position. So I definitely try not to let them down. And it's funny now that I'm a content creator. Uh, my wife's like, "You can't be going fishing all the time," and I'm like, "Baby, it's work. It's work. I'm working. I'm trying to make money. It's I don't want to, but I really need to." She's like, you can go tell someone else all that. I'm like, dang. Man, I just want to get a good blow up. I haven't seen a good. Well, I had a good blow up the other day, but I hate it because of where it was. It's like I think my last short that second to last short that I put out. If you look at it, I had a bass just jump right out of the water, just blew up right in front of me. Actually scared me a little bit, to be honest. I didn't scream or nothing, which is cool, but uh, it definitely startled me. But it just jumped out, did a somersault in the water or in the air, and it just spit my lure straight up. And I'm like, come on. And but you couldn't see the bass because it was right behind my depth finder, and I was like, come on. But you know, it's what it is. That I cut that thing down. And it was all the way up about here. There's no need for it to be up that high. But I used that little thing for my John boat also. So I may actually have to buy another one that's just for my John boat. And I have not gotten, I haven't seen any bluegill over here. And there's another rock that I didn't know about. .1. But be fishers of men, but we can still be fishers of fish too. So again, over here, look at that tree line is about to where my head's at, and that's about 4 feet off the water, and that's where there's a little fish. Oop. That's where the water is usually at. Really hoping if we get those storms ever that I'll get back up there. Right here, when the trespassers come in, they can't fish over here. So this is usually a good spot to be. The owner of the property used to leave a John boat out here with some people from the surrounding neighborhoods. He came out here one day and the John boat was nowhere to be found. And sorry, bedding area. I was looking in there. There's some more bedding area. A lot of bedding area right here. Heck yeah. But John boat was nowhere to be found. Some of his stuff that was in his John boat was floating around the lake. And I think the John boat's on the ground over here. I say on the ground, but underneath the water right here. Come on. And I have a few topwater baits that I've lost. So I'm kind of looking for those right now still. I figure they're going to be on the shore somewhere when the water dropping down because the water was up when they popped off. Yeah, there's a lot of beds right here. I'm just rolling right on through them. Yeah, good idea. But I can still see more up there too. See, like right now, they can get to there, to that point. But I think they're getting used to me coming out here every day, which is kind of the idea. And because I haven't seen anybody out here. kayak's at a foot. My proximity alarm should be going off in a second. All right, I got new people in here, so I got to do it. I apologize. If y'all don't mind looking at my my channel, go underneath my releases section and check out my music. I'd really appreciate that. My publisher releases it on YouTube first, and it goes to all the streaming networks across the country. What a big old turtle! Yeah, you stay your butt there. But if you like it, add me at Spotify and stuff if you don't mind. If you don't like it, that's cool. It ain't for everyone. It won't hurt my feelings. Just a bunch of stories of my life. I quit drinking because more of my liver. I'm having some liver issues. But I did quit drinking just because of I wanted to make sure I was making a good example for my kids. I think in moderation, it's okay. Bible says, "Do not gaze upon the wine when it's red." You know, all wine wasn't alcoholic. I mean, a lot of the water is polluted back then because they didn't have proper plumbing and stuff yet, and or for whatever else reasons. But so they were actually crushing grapes to get something to drink. So a lot of the water was grape juice, stuff like that. Watermelon, I guess, you know, fruits. But once it turned red, it became fermented, and that's when they're talking about that. I think that's in Kings. So you're looking at Old Testament. When Jesus made the wine for the wedding, that was fresh wine, so it most likely was non-alcoholic. Ha! Something jumped over there by it. Every now and then I'll have a beer with my kids just because I'm with my kids. But that's the only time I ever drink. And that's, like I said, it's in moderation. I don't throw down and get so drunk that I can't operate a vehicle or I can't, go to work or, if something happens, I can't be there for my family. So I don't drink anything that bad. Yeah, there are different things. Now, there was one sermon, which I mentioned a little bit ago. I knew about church and all that stuff. I just never went. I was never made to go as a kid. Just a couple times. I mean, maybe a handful of times my whole life. And they had one sermon as but I mentioned about how I saw all the people who went. There we go. Oh, he told on himself. Come get it. Come get it. Come get it. Come get it. And all right, we're going back because he told on himself. And but anyway, really, talk about putting foreheads on foreheads. I didn't get to plot that, or did it just hit ground? Well, that explains why I didn't get to plop it. I let it just land in the head of lettuce. But I saw all the time that people that went to church were doing all the same stuff I was doing. So, the Bible says to avoid the appearance of evil. Or Jesus says that, not just avoid evil, but avoid the appearance of evil. And I did not realize how shallow that was over there. So, we had a couple at work. Girl was married, guy had a girlfriend, but they kept spending lunch together all the time. People started talking, and I talked to my boy. I said, "Look, man," I said, "you need to avoid the appearance of evil." I said, "Because the old girl's husband, I'm good friends with him. He hears about it. He's not going to want to just come talk about it. He's gonna think it's a done deal, and he's going to come talk to you about it. It's not going to be good because he ain't going to come to you face to face. He's going to get you from behind. He's not the most stable person." But it's the appearance that would cause that. I'm not saying that you are doing anything, but the appearance is there, and that's the whole thing about drinking. They say, if you go out and you're in your church clothes and stuff, and you go to a restaurant after lunch, because we all get out of church as quick as we can so we can go get something to eat. And I don't care what denomination you are. It is what it is. But are you rude to the waitress and then don't tip her? Yeah, are you drinking? Well, if you're doing the same thing everybody else is, what are you saying about the church? You know, man, I've been there, and it's a horrible place for anyone to be. My daughter was on medication, and she was suicidal. She ended up taking a whole bottle of pills at work. And I mean, I'm glad she was at work. That's probably the only reason why she's alive. But she was hallucinating and all that stuff, and it was bad. But but like I said, I've been there, and I hate seeing anybody that has that much pain. For the longest time, I thought it was like one of the most selfish things somebody could do. But in reality, I mean, the amount of pain that takes for someone to get to that point is really heartbreaking. And I'm glad you're here with us today. My wife's just like, time to head home. That means the fish are about to start biting. Watch. It's amazing. Yeah, but I don't know if anyone told you or not today, man, but I love you. I'm glad you're here. Well, add me on social media or stuff. Like I said, just Jason Keener on Facebook. And you ever need to talk, you just holler at me. I'm always there for everybody. I mean, I literally almost got fired from one of my jobs because I kept telling the guys, hey, I love you. There we go. See, didn't I just say that my wife called? Please tell me y'all saw that. Or that one. He threw my lure. That was rude. It's because it got wrapped around my pole. And my boat turned sideways, so I don't know if y'all even saw that. Did you see it? You see, now he's in there telling his friends, that hors d'oeuvre's got toothpicks, don't eat it. I don't know why they left him in there. Told you. There's as I started using the black Chapo. That's all they want. But I said it, as soon as my wife calls, they'll start biting. They're all in tune. Yeah, she's giving my heads up, so I don't end up out here. Oh yeah, it's 7:30. Look at that, man. I've been sitting here talking to you for so long, I didn't even realize the time. I just been enjoying talking to you, man. Good evening, Miss Cheryl. How are you doing? Come join the fun. Watch me get abused by these fish. They're disrespecting me very bad tonight, and I don't appreciate it. Yeah, man. Like I said, I definitely enjoy talking with you. And of course, I'm loving fishing too. I mean, and I really want that fish to hit that again. I'm trying to turn my chest mount. Thing is, it jumped out of the water twice. It wasn't much bigger than my bait. I don't know what he planned on doing with it after he got it. Michelle, that's the absolute truth. I'm trying to remember. Let me see. I believe it's just Jason Keener. You'll see my music on there. And my little picture of me in my cute little hat. But like you said, I need to put it in my bio. Oh, people shooting. That's the other reason I have my gun out here with me. People ask me all the time, why you got your gun on your kayak? And I'm like, well, one, there's the property owner asked me if I saw the coyote out here with mange, and I'd put it out of its misery. And two, there's a lot of snakes out here. And three, it's Alabama and everyone has a gun. So, you know. That's me. Yes, 151. That is my ticker tot. Yeah, just send me a follow and I'll follow you back as soon as I get back to the truck. I'll sign into it. I try to put my music on there, but my publisher kind of aggravates me because you think it's my music, I should be able to do whatever I want with it. But in order to have a publisher that puts it everywhere, I got to follow their rules, and they only let me put. I'm making my way back to the truck. They only let me put like a minute's worth of my songs on TikTok, and I hate that because my last publisher let me put the whole thing on there because it was mine. But I had to change publishers because, you know, stuff like that just happens. My wife needs to call me sooner and tell me it's time that I need to come home. Because, like I said, I knew as soon as she said something that they're going to start biting. And that's honestly, man, that's probably not a bad thing, not a horrible thing. Here in Alabama, they now there's that swing set. I gotta avoid that. Here in Alabama, they have Governor Meemaw Ivy. We got a really old lady for a governor, and don't get me wrong, she's done some good things for the state. I'm just picking. Everyone calls her Meemaw Ivy, but she did it recently, and it's constitutionally correct. But that you don't even need a permit anymore. Yeah, I kind of did sign a contract with them, and like I said, I just switched because the other one I had, which but it's all right. I use AI in my music, so they said I couldn't use it anymore, so I'm kind of limited on who I use. So it is what it is. I'm just glad I can still make music and enjoy doing it and telling my stories. Is pretty much all it is. I don't know. It's not that great. I mean, some people like it, some people don't. I like doing it. I know that. I need to keep going this way. Jacob, where you live at again, roughly? I mean, obviously I don't need your address, but yeah, Miss Cheryl, they put all my music. They always release it here underneath my releases tab, and no matter what the YouTube thing is, I have no control over that. My publisher has to do all that, and which is because my other one too. It's like they put it on there and then YouTube controls it, but it gets released here first, and then it gets released to all the streaming platforms worldwide. So I'm streaming in like 34, at least 34 countries. Um, and I say at least because there's like 7,000 streams that they don't know where they're coming from. Could be people using VPNs, like if I'm sure the people in North Korea have to, in China. So California, yeah, there's a few restrictions out there. Yeah, Preston Crave Drive. They yeah, I mean, I get my royalties, so and I still have, um, I have I own the royalties to all my music, so that's cool. But I was talking to Riley Green there for a little while. I just need someone to sing it. I can't sing. All right. So my second album is actually named "Fat White Guy with Zero Talent." My my youngest son helped me name that one, and I thought that was hilarious, and I just kind of went with it. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Uh, like I said, all my songs. If you go check out my songs, I really appreciate it. But you'll see they're just stories from my life. Everything is. There's a couple is just like some ideas were in my head, but for the most part, most of them are legit. That's my life, and either where I am now or where I've been. Um, I've been in some. How did that backlash? Something jumps behind me. Um, I've been in some pretty dark places, and my quality of people has improved, and so all my situations improved. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to have a gun until I was 27, and I really wanted to get one just because I could have one finally. And I got arrested when I was 18, and I was on probation, and I had to go. And I was down in Florida, and I had to go for 7 years. I couldn't own a gun or even be around a firearm. So I understand how that is, and but until the situation with my daughter, I just never really ended up never really getting one. Didn't really care. Just didn't ever see a need for one. But it's funny what daddies will do when their daughters get hurt. It wouldn't be a real fishing channel if you didn't see the bloopers, right? And I have plenty of them. I think my live the other day. I don't know if you were on my live the other day or not. I was like, come out here and support the worst fishermen on the tube. Like I said, as long as I'm trying new things, I'm not gonna be doing as good as I want to. Really, I even saw that leak, but I still went right over it, and it got off my hook. Go figure. That fish that I got a little bit ago, could you see it? Primal Unhinged. I love your channel name. And good evening, by the way. There's my little truck. Well, it looks little from here anyway. Jacob, what songs did you say you listened to a little bit ago? Is it Gasoline Dreams? Yeah, Gasoline Dreams. Yeah, check out like the Kings of the Valley. You probably like that one. Um, And in fact, actually check out 10K Sitting on Go. I don't know if you've heard the song 10,000 Angels, which is one of my favorite hymns, but it's kind of a play on that. It's like from the angels' point of view. And Max, what's up? Oh, I can't stream yet. Is there a limit to how many? I just don't remember. Because I really, like I said, I haven't been messing with YouTube for a while, and I already had some when I started back, and they let me start streaming right away. But how many people do you have to have? By the way, if you send me a sub, if you sub onto me, shoot, even if you don't, I just haven't been getting my notifications for people who've been subbing to my channel. Uh, Go to like one of my shorts or something and comment on there. I don't even get notifications when people comment on my songs. It's goofy, but go to like one of my shorts and write a comment on there. Just let me know that you subbed, and I'll sub back to you. And I'm hoping other people that see that will sub to you also, that I've told the same thing to. All right, cool. Yeah, go ahead and like I said, yeah, go ahead and sub and just, or like I said, just put on there to, hey, it's me. And I'll when I get that notification, I'll go ahead and sub to you. So I'll give you at least one more. Then you only need 49. I don't know how many you have, but I'm all about taking care of people that take care of me. That's why my guys like working for me. That, and I'm really good with barbecue for a Yankee. I mean, I say that, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's barbecue. Anybody can do barbecue." Yeah, my black friends let me bring barbecue to the barbecues. I'm just saying, they don't make me bring the dishes or the ice or something. I figure it's hard to get people to look out for anyone other than themselves these days. And look, there's my truck. I'm closer. And so when we do have people looking out for me, I want to make sure I return the favor. And like getting permission at this lake. I mean, you put it out there and it comes back. You get what you give. Firm believer in that. The dog video. I'm sorry, that made me laugh because you said uh, we love our dogs dearly, um, and we have. And I started making. That's actually once you start. I don't know if you have any dogs, but once I started going live, um, I started doing shorts with my dogs, and it's like every time I did it, I got like 30 new subs. And my whole thing is I want to monetize everything, of course. But so I got the 1,000 subs now. And like I said, if I can help anyone else get to there, I'd be more than happy to. It made me feel good to help out if I can. But if I also do the short, I was doing them because we just love our dogs dearly. I mean, they're rotten to the core. Jinx is probably the best dog I've ever had. Ruby is absolutely crazy, and she's probably the sweetest dog I've ever had, though. But she's sweet to me. It's like the whole Kevin Hart thing. Is your dog bite? Hey, don't bite me. You know, she's crazy, like literally. And she attacked a pit bull, our neighbor's pit bull. And it's not like the pit bull was a fat, lazy one, like me. It was I'm kidding. I'm not lazy, but it was like a stud in his prime, and she ended up with 2 big old holes in her throat. And I'm lucky she's still with me. I haven't mastered talking and drinking yet. Excuse me. Don't you fall in there. And but yeah, like I said, sub, and anyone else that's in here, I recommend y'all do the same to help out each other. Oh yeah, they had that was funny because they have like one of my videos. You can, oh man, I think it's on my backyard grilling page for my barbecue group. But I had one of my neighbors come over, and he kind of had a rough time. Him and his family did when they first moved here because they were like some of the first black people in our area. Like I said, we're out in the sticks, and I love him to death. He's one of my best friends. And but I called him over. I'm like, look, dude, I made some chicken. I want you to come try it out. I did some lollipop chicken, and he's like, I'm on my way. I'm like, cool. And he's literally like, he's like in the video, he's like, dude, this is the best chicken I've ever had in my life. I'm like, dude, that's validation, and that's awesome, and I love it. And oh, I missed that. Oh, hip dysplasia. I got German Shepherds. I'm terrified of that. But we had two dogs. We had Kita and we had Max. Max was a black lab and border collie mix, and I think he was stupid, which was weird. But again, a super sweet dog. That's my wife's dog. Him and I we just didn't get along. But you know, we took care of him. I took care of him like I did my dog, and he just he had like heart failure and died, and it was like so sudden, and it broke my heart because it just like I said, it was sudden. He was fine, and then just all of a sudden he was acting slow. He was moving slow, and I feel for you, man. I think honestly, when it comes to dogs, my honest opinion about them, I don't think we deserve them. Um, and I say that because, look, I really took a lot of my comfort lures out and left them here on the truck bed, and all they know is love, and and I think that's like the most awesome thing, and we try to give that back to them nonstop. Um, they I honestly believe that. I mean, I know the Bible doesn't really say it, but you know, it's insinuated that we are God's favorite creatures, our creation. And one day we'll be above the angels and we'll rule them and all that good stuff. I was trying to get some bluegill, but I forgot to bring some dog food and stuff to put in there. Nope, didn't get none. So that was just for giggles. But I just where was I going with that? Oh, I think dogs are God's greatest creation. I do. Uh, any creation that has nothing but love for everybody around them. I mean, we could learn a lot from that. A whole lot. I definitely hope we do. Because, like, my dog Jinx, that my wife stole from me, that's a long story. That's for another live, I guess. But he is, like, I want him to have puppies because his DNA has got to continue on. It can't just stop. I mean, I was hoping he could breed with my dog Ruby, but her temperament really is not great. She is my dog, and she chose me. But I think there was some abuse there from a man at some point, that she's a lot harder with men. She's great with babies, and she's okay with women. Except for my son's ex. But, you know, it is what it is. Oh, and I had to park so far from the truck. I don't know why I did that. Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm definitely working on it. as we were talking earlier, it's we got some storms coming through. So I asked my wife, I'm like, hey, you mind if I go fishing today and tomorrow? Like put a full day of fishing in at work or after work. I kind of gotta hurry up because I gotta get my butt in bed. I still gotta eat dinner. But because they said we're gonna have storms for like 10 days, and I was like, that's a long time to go without fishing. I'm just saying, I'm gonna do a lot of shorts with my dogs. But and she was like, yeah, go ahead. I don't ask for that often, so. Yeah. But now the weather changed and it's not gonna rain until Thursday, and now I know I can't go tomorrow. So, but yeah, yesterday I was out here till after dark, and it was actually kind of freaky out in the middle of the woods. But tis what it is. My main thing is she can get on the computer and see that I'm making my way over there and I'm doing what I got to do. But I tell you what, this place, I was trying to throw a frog because when I was getting out of here yesterday, there were so many frogs out here. I had never seen that many frogs in one spot. Like I said, it wasn't like a biblical proportion, but it was something. Get in here. My truck is an absolute mess. I'm actually so I'm letting y'all see the inside of it. It's a work truck. Jacob, I really appreciate it, man. And I enjoy talking with you. You're good people, and like I said, it's just I don't think I really did anything, but I definitely enjoy talking to you. And like I said, you got my information now. If you ever need anything, you reach out. And I always got an ear. Well, I guess on social media I got an eye so I can read, but you know what I mean. And I'm always there for anyone who needs me. Anything I can do to help anyone out, I will. So you have a wonderful evening, my friend, and I'm glad I got to meet you and I enjoyed talking with you. Stop. Oh, I love frog legs. We're talking about that at work today. My guys were like, so it's like a frog gigger's like dream, and I'm like, yeah, it's dope. And it's like at the end of my video from my live yesterday, and it's like they were the angriest frogs I've ever heard. Oh. And they were like all over, like staring me down, like get out of our woods. So I'm like, I'm trying. All right, Jacob, you be good, brother. It's a lot more fun getting unloaded than it is getting loaded back up. Look, and yesterday when I got to this point, I was still casting out here a little bit, and I'm not even gonna do that tonight. I hope my wife's watching. Hear me say that. Yeah. So, in case she is, I just want to make sure everyone knows that every love song on my station is about my wife. And there is one song about my ex-wife. That one's called Worse Than Memory. But she should just be flattered. I wrote a song about her. But yeah, my songs are all about somebody, or like I said, some situation that I'd already been in or something. Oh, nice. never thought about it. But yeah, I used to use like pork bones and stuff to get crawfish when I lived up north to get them to go bass fishing. I don't remember how to get this thing undone. Oh, push that in. Boop. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that again, but I'm gonna have to bring some dog food or something to throw in there, some bread. Give me some bluegills, use them properly. I'm about there. I can get my batteries and my pontoons, and I can drag my boat over there. This is kind of cool because this is the first time I used my batteries twice without recharging them. So I didn't know if I could do that, and I did. So now I know. Yeah, I like frog legs. I've never had them. I don't know how to say it. Never had them home cooked. I've always ordered them at a restaurant or something. You can be that way. The joys of parking on a hill, sideways. But yeah, I like crab legs. I like frog legs. I like crab legs more. My wife doesn't really like that. That's my ADHD lure. It's a plopper with a buzzbait. Haven't even opened that one yet. But she's like, it's too much work for too little reward. And she's not wrong. But I definitely like some crab legs. My son AJ does too. I took him to a place called the Fish Market here, and I got him some crab claws, or I got some for appetizers. These hats right here are the bomb. They got rechargeable fans in them, big brim. I love them. But I ended up buying him, like, I want to say 2 more whole appetizer plates that were just for him. That's all he wanted to eat for dinner, and I'm like, all right. So he loves those too. He loves crab legs. All right. I even put my poles up first, just in case my wife's listening. Throwing it out there. So I bought this little tackle box for like $7.50, I think it was, at Walmart. And the idea was to downsize so I could wouldn't be taken out so much when I go out. Hawk feather. But now I have it crammed full of stuff, and I still bring out my my backpack because, you know, men, according to my wife, it's our broken necks that makes us do stuff like that. I might carrying all that to the next neighborhood to get into the truck, but nah, I'm not dragging that. So I got vertigo. So I got, my balance is a little off. This isn't the most sturdy kayak in the world. Got vertigo. I put outriggers on them. Put 2 sets. I put a set on each side. First of all, I look like an X-Wing fighter when I get going up with my trolling motor. But it's really awesome because these things, they really stabilize the crap out of it. And it's kind of cool. And they're really easy to inflate and deflate. Just unscrew them and they deflate in seconds. It only takes like 6 breaths up to blow them up. The bats are out. That's good. Yeah, last night I was out here and I was just, oh look, the sun went away. And I was like, huh, there's still a lot of light out here. This is awesome. And then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, where's my truck? This ain't good. So that's why my wife sent me a thing saying, all right, time to head home. That and I gotta finish my laundry probably. All right, so we've got a few people in here. Again, I'm gonna throw it out there, my shameless plug, but it's kind of part of the whole thing. If y'all don't mind checking out my release tab underneath my on my channel, all my music's up under there. My publisher releases it all first, and it goes to all the other streaming networks. So if y'all can put me on Spotify and stuff, just be Jason Keener. I'd really appreciate that. But if you don't like it, that's fine. It ain't for everybody. I can respect that. But if you do, I'd appreciate the support because, you know, we don't look out for each other. Ain't no one else gonna look out for us. So. Alright. Here's the last part. My last couple surgeries, I can definitely tell a difference in my strength. I used to pick this thing up, just throw it up over my head and walk around with it. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. And plus, I got a lot of additions. And it looks like there's some water on there, in there, so I'll pull my little scupper plugs up. Take care of that real quick. Whoa, there's a lot back here. Got my trolling motor every now and then. If it doesn't get down far enough, it'll send a lot of water into the back little area. Come on. No, I will say this: when I could pick it up and throw it over my shoulder or over my head and carry it, didn't take no time at all to get this water out of it. But like I said, I got my anchor in there. I put wood on my under my seat to raise me up about 6 inches away from the away from the water, which does make it a little bit more unstable. But that's why I got the little pontoons on the side, the outriggers. I love my riggers. So, but yeah, I can just throw this in the back of my truck and I can go anywhere. Plus I have an extender I can put on my tailgate that will extends out to here, maybe, but right there. So that's why I use that when I put my John boat back here. Look, it ain't easy being a redneck. I don't care where you're from. It is easy now, right? Just gotta pay attention. But yeah, if y'all would check out my my music, I'd really appreciate it. Give me a sub. If you comment underneath like one of my shorts, and I say that for a reason, I'll tell you why in a second, I'll definitely sub back. So if you're trying to get some more subs, go in there and look for people that need subs and comment, tell them you subbed, and then maybe they'll sub you back. So. There's that angry frog. I heard it. And that wasn't me this time. It was really a frog. Alright. Alright, well, I think I am about done here. I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me. It means the world to me because, you know, I'm just out here with this. I'm glad y'all were enjoying it with me. I'm hoping that those storms, like you see, the water's down about 4 feet down. And that's about 15 feet from the shore, but straight down is about 4 feet, and I can't wait for those storms to come in. Hopefully it fills it all right back up. We get a lot more oxygen up in here, and hopefully the fish get really active again. So ever since the drought started, like I said, bite kind of dried up a little bit, and that was an unintended pun. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close all that out, and then again, I appreciate everybody coming to hang out and all that good stuff. and then I will hopefully get some more lives going soon. So, but again, appreciate it. I got some new baits coming in. I'm gonna give a try out on those. Hopefully they'll be here by this weekend. So they're from BizBait. I love BizBait. Y'all should check them out. Check out LS Lures. You're as bad as me about leaving. Like last night I was like, all right, one more cast. I did that like 15 times. That's why I put my poles away first tonight. So, but again, I just gotta drive safe to start off with, to get out of here. That's my hole to get out. But it should all be good. Y'all, like I said, come check out the live with me again. I appreciate it. Listen to some music. I appreciate that. So y'all be good. Love y'all. And again, thank you so much. Y'all mean the world to me. Really do. All right, later.